All right. Welcome to the Expert Show. I'm the Birdman here, coming at you with my man Joey, the Reverend McCheese, tonight, Sunday night. We're going to be reacting to a few things, but mostly on the card tonight is the big Biden interview with George Stephanopoulos. Now, this was the one where this is his big comeback interview. This is the one where he was going to prove to us that the debate was just a bad night. You know, it was a cold. But he's, this is the best, as Joe Scarborough said, this is the best Biden ever. And so this is where he's going to prove it with our friend, Democratic shill, George Stephanopoulos. Joe, have you got to witness this amazing piece of television yet?
No, I've seen some of the, I guess, I've seen a few things about the, people talking about it, reacting to it or whatever. But no, I didn't watch it yet. I can't only take so much Biden.
Yeah, man. But I'm gonna expose you to it tonight, Joe. We're gonna get into it, get a fresh take.
Bill.
You
One time when I was in middle school, I did something to piss my mom off or whatever. So I wasn't allowed to go anywhere, and I was kind of grounded. And she did some stuff for the Veterans Hospital. Mm-hmm. So I think I was like 12. I had to go with her to the Veterans Hospital, in I guess the most enable wing of that thing. And I really feel like I saw Joe, when I saw the debate, I felt like Joe Biden.
You saw those faces.
It was the same thing, dude.
Those type of faces.
Just fear and just discombobulation, and not really sure about anything.
I saw a couple podcasts that thought it may be Parkinson's type dementia.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yep, I heard that as well.
He definitely should see a doctor about.
He's 80-something, dude.
Right.
How long do you think he's gonna live?
But we've been told he's great. Behind closed doors, he's all there.
Yeah.
He's sharp as a tack. This is best Biden ever.
Did they change the definition of the word great?
I think so.
They must have.
I thought great meant good, awesome, but maybe it's like bad. Bad meant bad, and now but then bad meant good. Like you're so bad, like Michael Jackson.
Right. So great now means I think they must have. They must have changed it. But it is crazy to see the flip flop. I think we talked about that last week, and we were like, man. Oh, you guys just discovered now that Joe Biden? It's like, what were you watching? Yeah. Anyway. Well, we know they're partisan and they'll say whatever they need to. So.
Yeah. So, I've definitely indulged in my share of Jordan fraud this week. And I got to say, like Bart Simpson, I've kind of enjoyed it. I'm sick. So,
yeah. Look at
Oh, man. But, after the abuse that Trump's had for, ever, why can't we have a couple laughs?
It's good to see Biden have a bad day. The guy's got everything, and he's He shouldn't.
That's the thing. I would feel bad if it really was a problem, but it was just a bad day and a cold. So you can laugh at that.
Oh,
right?
we're fine.
That's
fine. Dude.
That's cool. Like if it was a real problem, like if he did have dementia or Parkinson's, then it would be mean to laugh at him.
Sure,
but we don't have to worry about that.
But the funny thing was, most people were criticized for being like, hey, what's up with Biden? He doesn't, that's elder abuse. You're being, he's fine. He's doing great. And now, flip the script one day. And, they're all saying what they were condemning other people for saying. They're all
the old switcheroo,
it's like hypocrisy is like the tool.
Spit in my face and tell me it's raining.
The
baby.
liberal, It's just like, we're just going to use it and you're going to try to call it out, but we're just going to pretend.
So really, all kidding aside, for the most part, the biggest hoax going, and we can go on and on about all the ones they pull on Trump, but the biggest affront to the American people has been them telling us that Biden's been okay for the last couple of years. When after we saw that debate expose the whole world, he's not okay, and we have no idea who's running the country because it obviously isn't him. And they want to talk about protecting democracy. We usually democracy means we vote for the people that run the country. And none of these people that are running the country, because it's not Biden, we didn't vote for them to run the country. Appointed officials,
or just advisors.
Yeah, they're part of his cabinet or his advisors. They're appointed by him. So the
idea
American people had nothing to do with these people.
But we did elect Biden, and everybody picks their advisor. Yeah. So
but we elected him under the premise that he was going to be the commander in chief, and he's going to be the one really calling it. So. Let's get into this. There's a lot here, buddy, and I'm really glad that we get to experience this together, Joe.
Yeah, I haven't seen this thing. I'm sure
it is good stuff.
It's gonna make me laugh, cry,
everything. You're gonna experience all.
It's like
and a little Schadenfreude.
It's like Dances with Wolves.
And that he's been
Pushing
mandating
for him, yeah.
everybody.
Like
Take-
you know
take
what I
their
get the
eighth.
feeling like with the vaccine, he went to them and he was like, "Look, he's like one of them dirty FBI agents. Who are like, we'll let you run your drugs, but we need a couple busts. We need to go. We need to get ahead in
You
our
gotta give us
careers."
something if you want to.
Yeah. You'll be able to bring in 7,000 pounds, but we need to knock off 4 or 5 pounds.
We need
here and there.
just a little taste.
Yeah,
just a taste.
little taste. Hey,
Give me a taste.
They're still chicken on the bone. So bring it on. And he's. I swear to God, he's like, okay, we'll let you run vaccines, 14, 15 boosters, whatever you need. We'll recommend them. We'll put them all over the place. But we're gonna need to like just drop the cost of hemoglobin a little bit.
And prepubescent, perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, and any kind of like, yeah, you can get.
We took on all the things we said we got done. We were told we couldn't get done. And part of it is what I said when I ran was I wanted to do 3 things: restore some decency to the office,
No, you didn't.
restore some support for the middle.
Decency with cocaine in the office.
In the office. Jeez.
Oh, good
Now, Hunter,
God.
yeah, and that's an interesting point you bring up real
Yeah.
quick. And you've heard that Hunter Biden's been in all these meetings,
Yeah,
right? So, like, could you? I think we talked about other folks. Could
Decency
you
in the
imagine?
office.
Like, you're sitting there, you're a serious.
He's a decent crackhead that fucking stole his poor dead brother's fucking ex-wife.
Dude, just picture this scene.
Christ.
Biden's in there with all his chief advisors, and he's like, "Okay, just hang on a second. We're waiting on one person." And then Hunter comes in, and they're all like, "Oh fuck!" He's literally got like white shit on the end of his nose, and his like shirt's buttoned up wrong because he was just getting a Hummer from the secretary, and they're probably like, "Oh my god, dude!" And Hunter's like, "All right, here's what we're gonna do. Do you guys know anybody in Ukraine?" That's his go-to.
I know. Yeah, every time Zelensky rolls in, he's like leaves with $20 billion in a fucking
That guy.
fat sack.
And
so right there, he basically says, "No, I will not take a cognitive test."
Okay, I have a test. This is what I think we should do to Biden. We should take an 8-year-old girl who's just learning MMA, and she gets to go at Biden.
God.
All right?
Sounds like
And
a slaughter.
But no, I'm saying 8-year-old. She
8-year-old
can't throw
slaughter.
that much punches, so it shouldn't break a spine. If he goes down, if
But she can move, and I think even him just trying to actually
yeah, she'll win for
get
sure.
her, he'll
I-
just fall. You know what I mean?
My money's on her 100%,
Yeah.
bro. But I just think that would prove it.
Be like, I mean, I don't think he can bend down to pet a dog at this point, man.
Well, she can be on the stage. We can put her up closer, and he can just stand there. But I want to see like a body blow that she
Yeah.
throws and just knock him down. And you're like, well, there you go, bro. She must have punched you in
Honestly,
your
that's
cancer.
a physical test. I would give him a cognitive test. Like,
Sit at the house and play Jeopardy with
Yeah,
him one day,
right.
like while it's on TV.
I want to see him play one of those tic-tac-toe games that you get at the Cracker Barrel.
Oh,
You
like
know
on the
what I
back
mean?
of the
If you know-
menus?
Yeah, on the back of the menu. Like, see if he can do that one.
Or the maze.
Yeah, the maze.
See
thing.
if he can find his
Right,
way out
yeah,
of the
yeah.
maze. That's a start.
Yeah. Child's
Yeah.
menu,
Your menu
paper
test.
menu
Yes.
maze.
That's good. I like it.
I want to see you do it. And you can pick any color you want, Joe. You can use any color of the crayons
Sure
that
he
you want.
can. I mean, he's the
And
president.
you can have ice cream when you're done.
Yeah, oh, for sure. You're going to need that. But, dude, he should also probably do the word search. I want to see the whole thing complete.
Word search.
I want the word search done.
The word search. Yeah, the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Or what about one of those? Remember those Mad Lib things where you kind of like add
Wow.
the word in or whatever? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen it
that
on
might be a
a
little too
menu.
crazy.
But, dude, yeah, we just
No,
get
that's,
him a
not,
menu.
that's at the 7-Elevens when I would take a trip with my parents up north. You know, we had something to play with. We always got those.
Nice. Well,
Before-
Mad Libs are cool, yeah.
before we all had phones and stuff. You know?
Yeah. Then you got started getting dirty.
We
with
actually
it.
had to use something that you read and things. Guy that shut Putin down.
Yeah.
I think there's still a war going on, buddy. Like,
he shut Putin down.
yeah, you're the guy that made Zelensky rich. I mean,
Dude, it's like you could say shit like that, and it's just so typically false, man.
yeah.
It's like, oh my
it's
god.
like you want to
dude.
count Trump lies? Like, oh my god, man.
Yeah,
but
he
just
just said
because
he
like
took a test.
I mean, is it because he doesn't? Does he get a pass because he doesn't know if it's a lie or not? Because he can't distinguish reality from fiction or a fever dream? Or,
I mean, it was a good way to probably sell it to him. They were probably like, look, this is a fantastic idea. Bring in a president, let him just F up America royally. And then people will just be like, well, it wasn't his fault. And
Yeah.
in the worst case, you died 2 years after it happened. So, like, you don't got to live.
But it had to happen now when, the whole victim mentality thing is big, and like we always have to support the victim and it's like the bullies,
Sure.
you know what I mean? Like, so he's being bullied even because he's, a doddering old man and it's not fair and it's ageism and
I feel like he's the Jack Ruby of presidents.
oh, Jesus.
Like they sent him in with cancer to go kill Lee Harvey and be like, you won't be alive long in jail. That's what they're doing. And they're like, look, you're going to just destroy America. You're going to like get rid of all our food. You're going to make everything just miserable.
You
So-
got 4 years to live. It's like you signed some pact with the devil. You know what I mean?
yeah, he probably
and you're
did.
going down, but Jill's like, no, I'm not going like that.
No, she's not.
It's like you're kicking and screaming when the devil comes to get it to pay to collect his dues. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm telling you,
He's
something's
come.
up.
It's on.
I'm the guy that put together the South Pacific Initiative with AUKUS. I'm the guy that got 50 nations, not only in Europe, outside of Europe as well, to help Ukraine.
Well, there's not 50 nations in Europe.
I'm the guy that got.
Crowd game. Donald Trump can draw big crowds.
You want to play the crowd game with
He
Trump?
can draw a big crowd, but what does he say? Who's he have?
Definitely.
Who's he
I'm the guy
have?
supposedly.
Hater. I mean, just calling
What-
basically Trump's supporters.
Yeah.
You know.
Deplorables.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
He's saying that all those people that support Trump. I thought he was the uniting president. I thought he was the president, the conciliatory. I thought he was going to be the, the calm water. You know. Yeah.
Did you really?
No.
I mean, he said that. Did you really think
No,
he
that's
was
what he
going to be
said.
any of that? Fuck, man.
But obviously,
Yeah,
he's
like,
still pulling up the deplorables. But he thinks anybody that comes out for Trump, is who are these people? They're
They've literally dehumanized Trump.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They don't even talk about it. Like, he's the only president I've ever seen that's not talked
Oh,
about
yeah.
like a person.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't like each other, or they might have but they never just totally
they
dehumanized
throw
him.
around the Hitler word, man. They call him Hitler. There's only been one Hitler.
Pathological liar?
Yeah, he killed
Who's a
11 million
pathological
people, 6
liar?
million Jews. That is when Trump has not killed 11 million people. Like, okay, you know what I
Let
mean?
me ask you a question, Bill. When the laptop was found and it came out, and everybody said the 51 or 31 intelligence agents said it was Russian disinformation. Do you think? Let me just ask you a question. Do you think that Biden, when that laptop came out, do you think he called Hunter? Like, it came out, and do you think he was like, oh, "What the, Hunter? What's going on?" So my point is,
I think Hunter probably called him.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah.
And he knew right from the bat that was his.
Yeah, he's like,
laptop.
"Daddy,
yeah,
big
he's
guy."
Like, he's like, "Can you get this shut down? Can you
need
get this
you."
shut down?" But so, and then he went on that debate stage and said that 31 ex-FBI leaders and CIA leaders and intelligence agency leaders say it's Russian disinformation, fully knowing that. I mean, that's something big to lie about, Bill. Saying that you did 11 million jobs when you only did 10.7 million jobs, or you were the best president ever.
But 11 million murders is kind of a lot.
Yeah, I think his lies are. I just think his lies are
I'm
more
just saying, like, when you
substantial.
you're talking about dehumanizing Trump is what I was getting at.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just calling someone Hitler is just there's no.
Can't be worse. You can kill him now.
It's
You can literally
it's
kill him now.
disgusting. As soon as I hear that, I'll shut you off because you are not even in the realm of reality anymore. You're saying shit just because you'll get a reaction, and it's a hot button trigger word.
Well, it
That's
goes back to the question:
it makes me fucking.
if you could go back in time, would you kill Hitler? Right. So then
Yeah.
you call somebody Hitler. Now you don't have to go back in time
Yeah.
to kill Hitler. You can do it now.
Yeah,
I mean,
But there's nothing more disingenuous and just bad for, you don't give a fuck about America at that point. You're just
No.
trying to win.
Much to analyze,
So
and so
Yeah, is that it? Good. Thank
that was
God.
not the interview to save this man.
Should have came back on fire, right, Bill? Well,
Oh
if that
my
was you,
God.
and they were like, "Bill, we don't think you can run the expert show anymore. We've seen some cognitive decline over the amount of drinks you had,
Yeah, well,
and we need
there may be a little cognitive decline throughout the show.
There
but I
might
mean,
be, but like you just got to the point. Wouldn't you be like? I mean, I would get pissed. I'd be like, "You're crazy, man! Look I'd be doing push-ups and shit, and being like, look, what do you want me to do? Here's a cognitive test. I would
I'll
literally
recite the Declaration of Independence right now.
Why
You know
did-
what I mean?
why
I got the
wouldn't you-
Gettysburg Address? I got it all.
just go on here because it's recorded, it's not live, and do a cognitive test live with him, and then
Yeah.
have the 8-year-old girl punch you. a
I'll
couple
color
times.
that motherfucking menu right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like, the cognitive
Look at what
test.
you
right?
want. I'll do it in red, white, and blue,
like,
bitch.
He's like, here's a word search. I found me. I found two. I
Yeah,
found B.
yeah. Horse, cat,
horse.
dog.
That was a big one, dude.
The. So, unreal.
Bill, you think-
All I know is, the big takeaway, I feel, Joe, is the denial of the cognitive test. Like, he's basically saying he will not take one.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's going to
Because
fail
he'll
it miserably.
fail miserably. Exactly. Like, so.
He should have done it on this thing.
I mean,
And it's just a menu. It's just
Okay,
a
here
menu.
you go. This was from Captain D's when I was 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here's the ship. It needs to find the gold chest. These are pirates. Here's, at each little island, we need to stop and go around these trees. Now, find your way through.
And he's got like
Yeah.
a cheat sheet. He's
Yeah.
got like an old menu that's already done.
You don't want to run into the.
I
You don't want
like
to run
it.
into the pirates over here.
No.
So you can stay out.
Right.
Yeah. So it's and then you get some fish sticks and ice cream.
Hey, you think we could take a
combo.
short break here? before
Yeah, let's
we-
take a little short break before we'll get into Tim Dillon
Little
coming
Tim
up
Dillon.
here. You know, because we gotta laugh because it's
Yeah, that was
ridiculous. All right, so that was the George Stephanopoulos interview. What do you think, Joe? Did that change your mind about our man?
Yeah, no, it didn't change my
about
mind.
the big guy?
No, I don't even think a menu would change my mind. I don't
Maybe
like it.
did the maze right?
I'm just wondering what his successes have been. There's so many, he says, but
I don't know. Well, he
did
stopped Putin and
yeah, from doing
and
what?
Medicare.
No, what did he stop Putin from
and
doing?
he fixed the Japan's budget, I think it was.
Oh no, they added
And,
something,
and he expanded it.
expanded it. Right?
And his Middle East plan is coming to fruition. So I guess that was total war. So that was part of the plan.
Yeah, well,
so that was Biden's plan. He just admitted that, folks.
Well, that's good. Yeah, he did say I wanted the war.
So he's pretty happy about that.
So he's definitely a genocide guy.
So yeah, so people are crying, people are dying, people are laughing. You know what I mean? That's how the world goes around. But let's see about our man Tim Dillon's reaction, because we're going to get to the Democrats' reaction. But we like to do a lot of comedy here because the world's absurd.
He needs it. And Tim Dillon's a funny
And Tim
dude.
Dillon is funny.
Dude, what's
I love
going
it.
on with that cactus to the right? Did you notice that?
I love
thing?
it. He's irreverent. Oh, Jesus. Let's put that on so the rest of our viewers can witness this.
Yeah.
Phallic.
Did you notice that when you watched it?
I have
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
but now I have it. I'll never unsee it.
Yeah, that's pretty foul.
Well, you know what Tim likes.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's a gay man.
He,
You know,
he does like a erect penis.
I whispered that. That's bad. He's a gay.
Well, he doesn't make any bones about it.
Nah, and he's sponsored by Polo, I assume, because he always has a polo shirt on. Every time I see him, he's got a polo shirt.
He always rocking those sunglasses. That's his thing now. It's
Yeah,
kind of funny.
I've noticed.
On that Joe Rogan show he went on, he had Rogan wear the glasses
Yeah,
too, and
it was
Rogan's
good.
like, "Yeah, I kind of see how this is cool, man."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
absolutely.
you feel like you're just in your own world. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
That's all right. But yeah, this is pretty funny.
This coming from not only a mile away. You know when you're landing at an airport and they say visibility is 10 miles? That means that from 10 miles away, you can see the landing strip. You can see the airport. You can see the runway. It's going to be okay. When visibility is 2 or 3 miles, everybody better focus. Visibility 9 or 10 miles, 9 or 10 miles out, you can see the runway. It's good. You're fine. Everybody could see this coming from 10 miles out. The media has been covering for Biden because they thought if they just covered, lied, shut up, and the campaign just dribbled him out for a press conference here, a State of the Union there, very scripted, very tightly controlled appearances, that he would never reveal the extent of his dementia, and the country could be continued to be run by the people around Biden,
Right.
primarily his advisors, people that we've heard of, people that we haven't heard
Who are
of,
these people, right?
but that the country would be run by people in the Democratic leadership, people behind.
And that's the thing, right? So one of their biggest fears of the Orange Man is that he's going to be this dictator, right? We're going to lose our democracy. Like, do we have a democracy if the person that we actually voted for isn't running the country, and this shadow government advisors who we don't know, some we know, some we don't know?
I mean,
those
legally,
are the ones running it.
legally, yes, because he's still in the meetings, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they like ask him. and they
Legally,
go-
yes, but
It's like one of those
in
questions.
spirit, no.
No,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no. It's like one of those questions where you're like, you kind of shake your head in the yes position. You're like, Joe, do you want us to do
Yeah,
this? And
yeah.
he's like, well, yeah, that's what I want.
Right.
And you're
Blink
like,
twice if it's for
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. It's just sign
No,
this,
he
dude.
blinked. I swear.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unreal.
the scenes, the military interests that are defense related, and all of these people would be,
I love how he
Just-
sits around shit.
they were allowed to do whatever they wanted because the face of the operation, Scranton, Joe Biden from Scranton, PA, would be kept safe by the fact that everybody was lying. The media was lying. The citizenry was lying to themselves, which they have no problem doing. They're quite good at it. And that's what all the poison food is for, and the drugs, and all the entertainment, and the booze. all of that is to help you lie to yourself. Go, well, he's actually not that bad. He's actually pretty good. Well, for his age, he's pretty good. It's actually fine. It's good.
Have
I'll have
another
another one. Get another one for him, too. I'll have another one. Thank you. So they're very good at it. And we know the media is good at it. And then he came out and all open mouth agape, staring into headlights, just completely not there, a hollow husk of a person who had been that way in private for a long time and who, they juiced him for the State of the Union and it worked. And drugs don't always work. I was a drug addict for many years. They don't always work. Do a nice close-up on that. This is the expression when drugs don't work. I've paid for a lot of drugs and they haven't been effective. And that's actually exactly how you look.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's like, dude, this isn't
I would
kicking
be
in.
sitting somewhere on a couch and some crap.
That's when you got that shit Molly back in the day. They're like, the what do they call the pill? The dirty pill. They're like, no, there's a lot of heroin in that one. I'm just gonna go ahead and lay it out there.
Or you got some a tab. You got
But you're like, what is this? Yeah, when
some
you just
blotter, and you
unknown
know
things like, no, there's Bart Simpson's face on it. It's great. You know what I mean? Like, take it or whatever. Like, nah, this is some. They just had the craziest thing. But
He's got the face an hour after you've taken 2 hits of acid.
Crack house looking like that, going, why
no, this ain't good tonight,
isn't
dude.
this thing
Things aren't going
working?
well.
Why isn't this pill working? You ever buy bad ecstasy in the early 2000s? I'm not talking about this liquid
Amen,
Molly or
brother.
whatever the fuck
Yeah,
these kids are doing now at
I remember
Coachella. I'm
that.
talking about a pill with a little Mitsubishi logo etched in it, and it doesn't even work. How does this not even work? Because he got fucked. So whatever they shot him up with, whatever fucking Pulp Fiction adrenaline shot they gave him through the fucking heart plate, chest plate, breastplate, whatever. As I said, I'm not a doctor. Jill is. But whatever, that didn't work here. It did for the State of the Union.
Dude.
He wasn't great. He was still showing signs of, if we were an honest society, we're not, but if we were, you would watch the State of the Union and go, he's too old. But even me watch the State of the Union and go, they have got him on supersonic drugs. Something. Whatever technology the DARPA has, that alien technology that they're going to use against China in, I don't know, 2 months when we get into a war. But whatever they have, I imagine that the pharmaceutical industry had things that were similar to that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
Drugs that,
We talked about
and
Yeah.
I was thinking that they were going to put him on those. It didn't work. He's gone. He's gone. He's not even there. So I was at a barbecue. I was at a few barbecues out in the Hamptons talking to people.
He was at a bar.
And
Tim Dillon at a barbecue.
Yeah,
I
man.
was-
he loves barbecue.
basically, the Hamptons is largely lots of Democrats. Yeah, Andrew Schultz, very nice having me there. And Little Mabu, who's a rapper, drill rapper. Nice guy, doing very well. And
Tim Dillon's out. You're right. He must be sponsored by Polo.
he
Always
said that
has
it's
a
less
policy.
violent, the drill rap now. I asked him, I said, is it still a lot of...
Unreal. Tim Dillon's
What's drill
great.
rap, actually?
I don't even know what that is. So
we're
yeah,
showing our age,
we're
aren't
not
we?
going to go there because
Yeah.
it's just, we shouldn't tread in those waters. But yeah, Tim Dillon. Wow.
Yeah, now he has a great
Nailing
way of saying things that he knows, but he says them like he's surprised to find these out. So it kind of allows for him to like not come across as like a conspiracy theorist, which like half the shit he said in there alluded to like 5 different conspiracies. He's talking about like what kind of drugs was he on, who did he list there?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
So-
you can tell he's been in that LA scene. He's done all the drugs. He's partied, went to all these parties, and he's off it now. But he can still. He doesn't
he
mind,
knows it, yeah.
But he knows it. He doesn't mind letting you in on the, opening the door a little bit. And he realized like we live in a fucking ridiculous world, man. You know what I mean? And what the greatest thing that these people that you idolize do are really lame shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like the greatest thing for these people that is to go sit in the Hamptons and drink some champagne. Be like, oh, I made it, baby. You know?
Right,
Like,
right. You got
like,
millions and millions
yeah.
of dollars, and
Like,
your big
yeah.
thing is I want to relax.
yeah, it's like, I made all the money. What am I going to do? I'm going to go to Tiffany's and buy some ridiculous thing that costs $5,000, or $10,000, $20,000, $30,000.
Yeah.
The more, the better, right? It just makes me feel better. The more you rip me off because I'm rich. You know what I mean? Like, do it.
Yeah, it's an interesting
It's just-
pursuit.
it's
Like that
incredible,
lavish
man.
lifestyle is an interesting pursuit versus like what you could actually do with that money. Like the great things you could do with
It just
that
lets
money.
you in on that window. Like that. This is what people do when
I
they
mean,
do
even
get the
being
money.
selfish, you can still do better things than go to Tiffany's. You could go like explore the volcanic caverns of Hawaii, right? I mean, like
No,
you
yeah,
could literally
yeah.
pay to do
Yeah.
anything you wanted.
People don't want to explore volcanic cavern. They want another fucking martini.
Yeah, I get it.
Right now, you know what I mean? And they want to go sit in the Hamptons and be fabulous. Yeah, that's fucking it, man. It's unreal. But God bless Tim Dillon.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you. Yeah. But he is one of the funniest. Now we're bringing up.
So
One of my least favorite people
Let's continue
on
to
the planet.
roll, like with our reactions, comedian reactions, because I just want to laugh because it's just so absurd. So we've seen the Democrats cry a lot. We'll get into some of that crying because that's fun too. But this is Jon Stewart. You know what I mean? Like a guy that
Funny stand-up guy, dude. His stand-up
had a hell of a career. You know what I mean? Like actor. I mean, he's done it all, and he's a legacy. You know, and you're right. He's been a Democrat shill for a while. You know, no bones about it. Hates Trump with a passion. He'll do anything to get him out of here. But this is one of the most candid fun. I think it seemed like the memo went out to everybody. It's like, oh, it's okay, green light to beat up on Biden now. Finally,
Oh well, yeah,
we can drop
absolutely.
we can drop the facade.
You know what I don't like about him, dude? Like I said, I loved his comedy back in the day, and early on, you know, the
Daily
Show
Show,
was pretty good. But his stand-up was really funny. I actually watched it when I was in the Cayman Islands one time, up late, and I thought it was one of the better stand-ups I've ever seen. He does this whole thing about like how like Jews they don't pay they don't pay retail for a sin because they only stop eating from sun up to sundown. He's like, yeah, even Jews we don't pay retail for sin. It's the funniest stuff I've ever watched.
Yeah, he's
before.
good. He's got good
But
good
his
material.
tough guy act is what bothers me. He comes across like, and I've seen him like confront people, and he's like, he's a tough guy. I mean, dude, I don't want to put a challenge out there, but we're probably about the same age. I'll get in the ring with you, bro. I'm 54. I weigh 180, dude. I got a job. I smoked for years. Me and you in a ring, I will beat your ass.
I wonder how old Jon Stewart. I bet you he's almost
He's about,
60.
nah, he's about. I think he's in his 50s. It's
Yeah.
close enough.
He's close enough.
He's had good living.
Yeah,
I've been working
I agree.
for my
I
life.
agree. He's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
he's rolling in with middle age.
I would love to fight Jon Stewart. That would be one of my favorite things. Like we could wear headgear. I don't want to kill the guy or nothing like that, dude. You
No,
know?
a good solid, boxing
Just
ring. Put some
MMA
gloves
deal.
on and all
Yeah,
that
we'll
stuff.
put on MMA gloves. We'll wear headgear and I'll break his nose.
Well, Joe, you're probably not going to want to break his nose after this one because this is actually in the 2 minutes were too much time for Joe Biden. Remember in the debate?
Oh, yeah,
kept
they were
being
like, "You got 80
you
seconds
still got
left,
80
sir."
seconds
He's
left.
like,
oh God,
He's
it's
like,
got to be that long. Like, so they knew they better stick. I mean, this is
yeah, they thought it was
even
a
this
smart move.
parameters was too much.
You know, real quick, I heard an analysis that they think now that like making it not a crowd was worse for Joe Biden because he like stared around like looking into an empty like auditorium and we're like, what the hell? Like maybe he would have been more present with like laughed at.
Did you ever watch Poltergeist 2?
Yeah, yeah,
There was the Reverend supposed to say, God is in his holy temple.
Yeah, he looks like it.
that is that dude.
He does look like most of the like horror show pastors. He fits that mold.
Like he's been
or a mortician.
right. He's sold his soul to Satan.
Yeah, something.
He's like 500 years old, but he's still alive, only due to evil magic. You know what I mean? Like so. But he's
I was
he's
thinking
basically
he
breathing,
probably has a
He's a
pod.
breathing corpse.
Do you think they put him in a pod when they go
Yeah,
back? Does he have
right.
like a thing where they close him in and they like open it up after?
It's
he
like in
gets...
D&D, he would be undead. You know,
Yeah,
what I mean? Like he's still walking.
Sure, chaotic,
Chaotic.
bad, evil.
I don't know.
Well, he's evil on the evil
Something's
side
going
for
on
sure.
there.
Yeah.
But he's
I don't think he's neutral.
He's hardcore. Not necessarily the news days.
does.
You know what I mean?
It does.
Like,
That
this
was
is
funny
like,
stuff.
This is like the.
It's like the old, whatever show. What was it called? Jon Stewart show.
Daily Show.
It's like the old Daily Show is what it is. It's
Yeah.
funny again, and no Trevor Noah. But what I find hilarious is the audience. Like they're not even like waiting. Like if you watch their show earlier and they would do something that was a little touchy on the Democrats, there would be like a little hush, and then finally somebody would laugh, and then it would kind of go. These people are in on they're laughing before the punchline. This is weird.
Did they get a show prep? You know what I mean? Like, okay, it's time. We've gotten the word
I
from
think it's
the
part of the
higher ups
hive, dude. They're
that
all part of the
we can all take the gloves off on our big guy here.
They're like, this is 7 of Matrix 9. We can now laugh at Biden
yeah.
jokes. Continue.
All right. Did they put something in their freaking avocado toast to tell them they could laugh today?
I don't want. No. I don't want to defend Trump either because,
Yeah.
like I said,
No, he says some asshole things, but it's fun. It's great that Jon Stewart called out some of this stuff and just put it out there, man, because it had to be done.
look, Jon Stewart. Here's the deal: the reason why we're going to vote for Donald Trump, or at least I'm going to vote. I'm going to speak for myself. I don't know what you're going to do. You might go RFK or something. The reason why I'm doing that is because Joe Biden is the other person, and he wants the entire world to worry about who can go in what bathroom. Well, we got some bigger fish to fry. The way I feel, like there's a lot more out there. Maybe we should put this. I don't even know which one to call it. Social liberty, the equity, the DEI. Put that on the back burner. We can put it back there. You're allowed to be transgender. You're allowed to be gay. Nobody, if you get
I mean, we haven't even
assaulted-
scratched the surface in any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just in what he talked about, that just on like the policies of immigration, economy,
Yeah. Dude.
world leader, being able to represent world wars, all those things, right? They're just at the very front of it all.
But for
He
me,
fails.
the two big things for me are immigration. It seems it's going to kill our country, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in Florida, and I live in the picker zone. I know. I see.
I mean, you want to talk
I know.
about killing Medicare? That's exactly what you'll do.
Yeah.
Keep bringing these people in. You're going to put them on
Absolutely.
these programs.
So
You'll bankrupt
security's
them
dead.
even quicker.
So security's dead too because they're using the money from that. And number two, I really am worried about this. And it's not that I hate transgender people or anything. I really do feel like there's probably an argument that maybe some of these chemicals that have reduced our sperm count to 50% over the last 50 years. You know, I mean, literally, men today have 50% less sperm than they had in the 60s. It's unreal, dude. That there's something going on there. That's not just a change. There's something that
Yeah.
we're eating that we're not supposed to be eating.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I can't
So-
put that all on the Democrats. I mean,
No,
obviously
no,
there's been a,
absolutely not.
generational thing of
But what they're promoting
bad diet and exercise.
in this idea of like, all I'm going to worry about is my sexuality, and that's. I mean, it's very. It's very, what's his name? Brave New World.
Yeah,
I mean,
Aldous
it
Huxley.
really is. It's just like worry about your sexuality, worry about how you're getting off. These are very small, stupid things, and what they're trying to convince people is that they don't have anything to offer anymore because we can have robots and AI do it all. But you know what AI can't do? They can't plant seeds. I mean, there's still a lot of shit. Now you could figure out.
Well, I'm interested in what humans can do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because
We're gonna make things better.
we need to do. We need to do things in this world. You know what I mean? Like, it's about humans.
It's our world.
Like, yes,
Yeah.
like, we've forgotten about that. Like, yes, we are stewards of this world.
It's not the robot world.
Environmentalism is important. We need to take care of our globe. I'm not sure that if us just cutting carbon emissions when the rest of the world isn't doing that, they're just accelerating it. Even Germany now, when Russia's stopping their gas line, they're using mostly lignite coal now, which is the dirtiest coal.
Right.
But people got to do what they got to do
because they
you
shut
know.
everythll else down.
Yeah,
they
with
shut
the
their
natural
nuclear
gas
down. They did
pipes
all
and
that.
everything,
Yeah,
and the nuclear. So yeah, we have a lot to work with that. But I mean, us doing this ridiculous, like stopping our economy or producing fossil fuels that's going to fix this thing. We all know the new Green Deal, right, is a wolf in sheep's clothing. You know what I mean? It's all about putting money in pockets of special interest groups and them in control over certain economies. It's really not about solving whatever environmental issue does exist here on the planet. And especially we need to keep environmentalism needs to be local because we cannot stop China from using blast furnaces and
Right.
coal.
We
cannot
clean up
stop
our waterways.
Africa. There's nothing we can do about that. So I mean, these global cap and trade with carbon emissions and stuff, waste of time. So that whole new Green Deal that Biden supports and went and spent a ton of money on, and we call it an infrastructure bill, but we know what it really was because I haven't seen any roads get fixed around here.
No, it's never that. dude.
The traffic's as bad as ever. But anyway, I mean, honestly, all that's a huge talk about. But I mean, we just come to the point now where we see this man is absolutely incapable of holding this office. I mean, that's just the bottom line, right?
But
So we have to move from there.
No, I think there's a further bottom line, and not to interrupt, but what I'm saying is, I think this shows that like it takes a husk of a man to put in this crazy agenda that the left, not the liberal, not the Democrats, The socialist left in our country is putting through Joe.
Okay.
And to me, that's
Joe
the
is
deeper
just,
thing.
Joe, obviously, Joe didn't orchestrate this because he can barely.
Dude, he was a racist back in the day.
But he barely knows what's going on. So he's definitely not leading this charge. Doesn't really understand it.
He's a leaf
he
blowing in the
definitely
wind,
doesn't
man.
have the wherewithal to be able to put the pieces together to come up with some kind of
he's
cohesive
not the
world
Grandmaster.
leader plan. Right?
Sure not.
Yeah, that's that's not happening.
I don't know
So
who
who
is.
are these people?
Some say Rockefeller, some say Klaus Schwab, some say.
But who is
King
it could be
Charles.
more global, but obviously we saw some global action with the vaccine. All right, I think we're a bit digressing here, but that's a big conversation.
Yeah, we don't have to go that
But
far.
I
Too.
mean,
I just want to make sure
it gets real deep. I just I think today we're just kind of going through these debates and just saying just showing that that what we've been told by the media, the apparent lie, this one that we're dealing with right now.
Just
you know
the
what I mean?
small
Like
part,
this one that we can definitely point out is that this media has over and over told the American people that this is the best Biden ever. Joe Biden's capable. Joe Biden is sharp. He's behind the thing, and we have seen this now with the debate and now with the Stephanopoulos interview that he did not redeem himself whatsoever. Refuses to take a cognitive test. Trump's repeatedly said he would take a cognitive test. Not an issue. He's done them before. Remember they called him out. They called him old before when he had to take. And he did. He had. I mean, well, I don't know. He did take.
As soon as they asked him, he did it.
Yeah, he did it.
He did the best job ever.
No, of course he did.
It was the most luxurious.
That map.
Yeah.
He did. It was all star.
Dude, he found
stars on the fridge. Baby.
He was the only one to find MAGA in the word search, which is crazy. Dude. He's like,
he actually
right
made
there.
it up. He looked around and
he's like,
erased one.
He's
of
like,
the
you can
things.
go to the left, right? You don't have to go in a straight line. He's like, hey, I'm thinking outside the box. Yeah, dude. Trump is a reaction to their mess, and honestly, I don't think Trump's going to save the world. I don't think any man's going to save the world, to be honest. But I'm going to vote for him over that other agenda, dude. Because I just don't like it. It doesn't seem to make people happy, dude. This whole thing, like,
but, it's just they repeatedly call Trump a liar, and all of his supporters liars, and we're all just racist liars. But we just got lied to by every one of those Democratic pundits now for over a year, saying that this man is in control and running the White House when he obviously is not.
And some of them, like Joe Scarborough, literally the week before.
Yeah.
The week before, he was touting that guy.
He said, "I'm going to tell you the truth, and if you don't believe it, F you."
He lives in Florida. He used to be a Republican representative for Florida. I don't want any. I almost stopped drinking coffee because of him. I was like, I don't want coffee.
Can't have my coffee in the morning.
I was
with
like,
this
morning,
guy.
Joe. I was like, my name's Joe. Another guy.
Yeah,
another guy we're taking to the ring. We're about the same
you
age.
and Scarborough.
He's a little bigger.
I think we need to get. We're going to tag team, dude. Me and you versus.
Dude, please.
Stewart and Scarborough.
Look, we'll do it for charity.
That'd be awesome.
Us.
Got to wear unitards.
Yes, I want.
We are definitely wearing the Nacho Libre or the whatever fucking Mexican.
We'll definitely should wear masks.
Crazy mask, man.
Yeah,
gotta have that.
We'll get some luchador masks.
Luchador, yeah, that's what it's called.
There'll be my name's gonna be Pat Riot. That's Patriot. Dude,
Pat, I didn't pick that up.
Yeah, I want to be
first.
Pat Riot, which is a great name for a punk singer or American luchador.
Hell yeah. So, everybody's got their panties in a wad over this whole thing. By some of our elitist, Barbara Streisand one,
really?
Rob Reiner. They did a watch party. So we've heard. And during this watch party, you can imagine what went down. You know what I mean? Oh, Jane Fonda, I guess, was there too. So.
Wow, that's like the what do they call that? The triumvirate? The evil? I think that was the. Yeah, dude, this chick's Rita from
Satan's Cabinet. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, God, if I could have been a fly on the wall for that.
Funny thing is, I
would have been in hell.
It was very apropos that Rob Reiner's first name in his sitcom was Meathead. Yeah, Archie Bunker used to call him that.
Yeah, that was his name in Archie Bunker.
Yeah, Meathead, and he was like a liberal retard back then too.
But that was good. I think he wrote a lot of that, and that was good TV. You know what I mean?
Did he direct that?
I think so. I think he had a hand in.
Was that his dad? I think maybe his dad.
Or maybe it was it was that really famous. I can't remember right now, but there's another.
Put you on the spot there. Sorry about that.
You go. This story is delicious, and thank you to CNN for revealing the details of this debate watch party that was held in Los Angeles. It was attended by the likes of Governor Whitmer and Kamala's husband and a bunch of Hollywood types. Now, just picture this scene, Josh. Just a few answers into the debate, Rob Reiner was
a baby when he
screaming
sacrificed
about
the Moloch.
losing, and Jane Fonda had tears in her eyes.
Her eyes can't
How
tear
are the
anymore.
celebrity
That's a lie.
Does she have
cast
tear ducts?
dealing
No,
with
they got removed.
the
by,
rest of the nation finding
Bob
out what
Ross.
the media have known for some time,
cries
whether they've
acid.
been honest
You're
about
right.
revealing it or not, that the president's
concrete.
cognitive decline is dramatic and real.
Yeah, Rita, I think this past Friday, the day after the debate, was my single favorite news cycle here in the U.S. probably in years, because the entire
This
news
guy's
cycle
like loving it.
was just A-list
It was fun to
actors,
watch.
celebrities, Democratic donors, billionaire hedge funders, and obviously all the liberal columnists and pundits and editorial board. They were just having this big public meltdown before our eyes. It was absolutely glorious. I mean, one of my favorite things about the English language, which Americans and Aussies obviously both share, is that we borrow nice loan words from other languages. And of course, there's the German loan word Schadenfreude, which means that you have joy at the suffering of others. And I have to say that my Schadenfreude over the past week, frankly, has been utterly through the roof, Rita. I'm positively euphoric watching things like this.
Schadenfreude is delicious.
I can understand
Makes
because,
sense
yeah,
to the
that mass
Germans.
meltdown you talk about, it has been spectacular. I would argue these people are almost always in a state of meltdown, but it got turned up to weapon-grade levels after that debate. And, yeah, just grab your popcorn and enjoy. Josh Hammer, thank
Soak it up, baby.
So I think that the meltdown was actually fake. I think they had to do the meltdown so they could pretend like they didn't know he was mentally incapacitated before, right? I just that one thing sticks with me. I hate this idea that none of these people who have met him none of these people that have met him have ever thought that he was incapacitated prior to this debate. That bothers me. That is just another lie that goes with the lies that they said he was fine.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's the big. I mean, I just want to drive this point home, and I think that for this, we've been told this lie by them now, and this is one that's apparent. We have proof of it. All the ones they want to call, all the hoaxes they want to call on Trump, the bleach, the Charlottesville, all the things that have been debunked and everything. We have this lie that's been put over on the American people, have been lied to, on a concerted and group effort by the media to try to put Biden as somebody he wasn't, that he was in control of this of our country, and he wasn't. He doesn't know what's been going on now for quite a while. We've seen him wandering around Normandy. We've seen him lost at the Juneteenth celebration. I mean, those are just recent. You know what I mean? Like it's and they've shown video of him the debates back in 2016 and 2020, and we can you watch those and then you can see like wow, how the difference, right?
He could at least memorize something back then.
He looked reasonably sharp in those times, man, and compared to now where he's just he has this face that it's of a sad man with dementia.
Well, as you get older, Bill, there's times when you stop doing stuff. There's times when you stop using a chainsaw.
Yeah.
There's times when you stop driving, and then there's times you stop doing debates.
Exactly. This is the we got to have that tough conversation with Dad moment. It's time to take the keys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, Dad.
Yeah, he's going to cost. He's going to make us all lose our insurance.
We love you.
Or World War III.
I don't really love this Dad, but I mean, sometimes you got to take the keys from Dad, even though he's been the man driving the car for a while. It's time to let go. So, the Democrats are trying to find a way back, right? So it seems to be that I don't know how this goes on. I mean, there's the money situation with the Harris-Biden campaign money. Now, if they just bring Harris in,
they get to keep the money, right?
it.
Yeah.
I do believe. I'm not sure exactly how all these things work, but so they're trying to figure out their next move. So this is kind of something interesting that I brought up. This is a historian talking about how why Biden dropping out won't help Democrats. So he's got this broken down into different boxes that they check when they're doing this sort of sizing up different opponents and trying to get their strategies together. And I thought this was interesting, just kind of to understand, how these people think, basically, and how they get their strategy together. So watch this.
Biden is under mounting pressure to drop his bid for a second term. So far, he's vowed to stay in the race.
I am running and going to win again.
He got the right
After the
drugs that
president's
time.
disastrous
That
debate
was a good
performance
pill.
I wonder
against
what
Donald
Tim
Trump,
thinks.
cracks began to emerge in his party's unity.
Cracks.
Democrats are buzzing about who would replace Biden if he were to drop out.
American presidential
Good
elections
hair.
are essentially
Look at that.
votes
Just a little
up
Trumpish.
or down on the strength and performance of the White House party. In other words, it's governance, not campaigning that
Not
counts.
real hair.
Alan Lichtman is a presidential historian known for the 13 keys to the White House, a forecasting system that has been used to successfully
I've heard that
predict
before,
9 of the last 10 elections. To him,
It is still the best bet for Democrats to have Biden stay in the race.
here's why.
Incumbency. That's all that
The
Yeah, that's
13
definitely-
keys to the White House are 13 true-false questions pertaining primarily to the strength and performance of the White House party, where an answer of true always favors stability. If 6 or more of the keys are false, we have earthquakes. If fewer than 6 are false, we have stability.
While some Democrats ponder a variety of governors and lawmakers who could step in as the nominee, a ticket led by Vice President Kamala Harris remains the most likely alternative. As Biden's running mate, Harris would be able to use the money already raised by Biden's campaign committee. The vice president would also have some key endorsements from influential Democratic lawmakers.
I will support her if he were to step aside.
However,
There you go,
if
Clyburn.
Biden were to
Clyburn, I
succeed,
thought
he was
2
with
of the
Biden.
13
Didn't he just
keys
say
would
that?
automatically
me.
be in jeopardy. The incumbency key, whether or not the incumbent candidate is the sitting president, and the contest key, which looks at whether there is competition within the incumbent party for the nomination.
Biden running checks off 2 keys, right? Biden steps aside. They lose, obviously, the incumbency. And it's not at all clear that there wouldn't be a big party
do.
fight.
There is one extremely unlikely scenario.
Is incontinency?
He lost the incontinency.
He said incumbency, but okay. Sorry.
I mean, I get that these 13 points, probably 12 points, whatever they were, work, or there's some.
They have,
obviously
yeah.
done some research. on this.
100%, yeah.
But there has to be some kind of like a black swan, like when the president can't remember his name.
Bill,
Like that
all
has
this-
to- does that count for 3? You know, like you
Yeah.
have to get double points for that
Bill,
or
but
something like
this
that. You know?
year everything's different.
Right.
We've got ex-presidents getting arrested. We've
Yeah,
got
yeah.
presidents who can't remember their names. I mean, this is a
I mean,
groundbreaking
I feel like
year.
we're in uncharted territory.
Yeah,
here.
I don't
like-
think any of the past
yeah,
stuff,
right.
like with the stock
It's
market, or
you're-
like crypto,
It's like
they're
you're
like, it's
watching
going to
crypto.
happen. again.
Exactly. You're
Yeah.
watching crypto or you're watching the market.
Yeah.
You're saying, like, things always repeat themselves. Like,
Yeah.
stick with the
Not
charts.
this year.
Stick with the routine, the rhythm of the thing.
I know.
Just look to the past, the history, it'll show the future. I don't know. This is Outlierville.
Yeah,
We are in Outlierville. I cannot believe it can be anything but that.
Very original.
Yeah,
Which
that
is
we-
amazing because nothing in Hollywood is, but we're actually having, maybe we'll get some good
Right.
movies after this.
Well, maybe
I don't
that's
know.
it. Maybe Hollywood was like,
They
we
were
got,
waiting for some
We got
original-
no material. We're done. So it's up to you, Joe. I mean, do it. This is California bigwigs came down with that. I don't know.
That's probably, yeah.
But I mean, you're right. Like as we go through these, I really think, you got to count complete dementia
something.
for,
Yeah.
bonus points,
Yeah,
right?
it's
You know
never-
what I mean?
it's never was on the
could
list.
help
Yeah.
Democrats
Right,
keep
right.
those
These make-
keys.
Let's assume for a moment that the pressure is so great
Do you see
that
that?
Biden
Stop
has
this
to
real
step
quick. You see
aside.
that funny
Here's
about that?
what-
You know that's the second set of stairs?
Yeah.
So he actually has to go, he's the only president who's ever done that, where he's using the second set of stairs lower, so he only has to take like 20.
Yeah. The extra set. Did it.
Yeah, they just did that. Nobody said anything. They were just like, oh, Joe's coming out of the belly of the plane. So he takes the elevator down there. I mean, look, if the guy's like FTR and he can't
Yeah.
ride in a wheelchair, just do it. I don't know why this whole idea
I
that,
mean,
like,
Joe, if that was the worst of it,
yeah, do we think an
What he
80-year-old
should
man's
do
going to be
to preserve the keys
bad because he's in a
and
wheelchair?
keep
No.
the Democrats'
Even if
best
he took the short
chances
stairs
for
or the
election
short bus or
alive.
whatever.
He should say,
they
for
don't
the
admit
good of the country,
It's like a
I am
facade.
making the ultimate sacrifice. I am stepping down from the presidency.
The short
then
stairs.
Kamala Harris would
Stepping
become
down.
The
president,
short stairs.
and they would secure the incumbency key. And he could then release all of his delegates to Harris to secure the contest key. That's the only situation under which the Democrats would not start out some keys deficit.
With only 4 months left before Election
keys are gonna
Day,
get
some
blasted
keys
out of
have already
existence
been
this year,
decided. Democrats get a false for
like this
party
chick's
mandate
voice, though.
because they
Yeah.
lost 9
Great
seats in the
NPR
House
voice.
Yeah,
during the
she's like,
2022 midterm elections.
believe
The
me.
short-term economy key is marked true because the U.S. is not in a recession.
I don't call the recessions myself. I rely on the National Bureau of Economic
So he's basically
Research.
saying we are in a
You
recession.
heard a lot of criticism about the economy, about the high inflation. But there are other indicators that are very positive, strong growth.
Yeah, for super rich people.
Yeah.
like you.
There's some
things
people
are fucking going.
I'm doing
great.
really well. He's
Oh
like,
no, my 401k, like I moved a bunch of money into large caps, killing it. Yeah. No, but can't hardly buy my groceries.
Record low unemployment.
As for long-term economy,
It looks at real per capita growth during the term, and it compares it to the average of the previous 2 terms. And that key is solidly in the Democratic favor.
what?
also in their favor are the policy change and scandal keys.
To turn the scandal
Scandals?
key, it has to involve the president himself.
Not his
the
son.
president's children, not
I
the
feel
president's
like
brother.
we turned the scandal key the last couple of days
Well,
of this debate.
doesn't this they keep saying like he had nothing to do with this, although they have him on tape saying, "Hey, look, if you don't fire the guy who's trying to prosecute my son here in Ukraine,
Yeah.
we're not giving you $1 billion."
But I mean, like the whole thing and him and honestly, it is what it is. What we saw with the debate, and
Sure.
it just seems like it's just nothing else matters anymore. The guy's unfit for the office.
But
Period.
I know, but
End
the
of
fact
discussion.
that this is dishonest for them to say that these
Yeah.
scandals don't involve him. Of course they involve him. Biden or Hunter said on tape with that interview that
No, the
yes,
creepiest thing is the Ukraine thing. I think that they were pay for play. Like,
Sure,
what I mean? Like, give some
100%,
money.
dude. I don't think he's the only one. Look,
and he sells his crappy art. And they
I
give
think
him millions
Romney
of
does
dollars
it. I think
for
Pelosi does it.
exposure.
I think all the big wigs do it. They get their kids jobs and then they funnel
Yeah.
money back on. They throw the money into an NGO. The NGO goes over there,
Yeah.
give it away. It's out
And
of
that's how these people.
Congress
That's how he
control.
walks away
Yeah.
with money.
That's the way all of our senators make
Yeah.
tons of money. Most of them should be taken out and
No doubt.
showed a new island. I think we should put them all on an island
But
together
like
and
it's
videotape.
like even all like as egregious as all that is, Joe. You know what I mean? Like we are in completely uncharted territories now with this shit. Like where the guy can't even continue a train of thought for more than 30 seconds. Can't hold 2 ideas in his mind at once. Can't answer a question, circle back, you know what I mean, and then come back to the original thought. You know what I mean? Like you cannot be the president at that point if you cannot do that. You cannot engage in a meaningful dialogue with world leaders. You're under. We're going in. I'm sorry. This is just a no-go zone. Like this is complete
Bill,
disqualification.
you know what's actually happening, man, is he can't remember the lies. Because as a politician, you got to lie, whether you're this to other people. He doesn't remember the lies, and you can't say them confidently. They're basically actors,
he's
right?
just
They're
incapable
actors that
of
aren't
an
good enough.
office. It's like
He
we might as well
cannot
have
remember.
a fucking talking dog.
Yeah,
dude,
he
you know what I
might
mean,
tell
out there.
us tomorrow that he did something horrible, and we'll all be like, "What?" He'd be like, "Yeah, back when I used to molest my daughter." You'd be
Yeah.
like, "No, wait, Joe, yeah."
We can't have a guy with the nuclear codes that wakes up at 11 is only good from 11 to 3 or 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
during a day.
Yeah.
So it's just nuts.
But Hunter will be there.
Persistence.
But this is
So the
interesting
Hunter
stuff. I
Biden
mean, them talking
situation
about these
doesn't
keys.
turn the scandal key
and I do think,
according
like we were
to
saying, that
its
we're just
definitions. So Biden's a
we're
vanilla
in
guy.
uncharted territory.
That's why he doesn't win the charisma key, but that's why he does win the scandal key.
According to Lichtman,
So he wins the
Kamala
scandal
Harris
key.
wouldn't get the charisma key either. None of the potential candidates would.
You're talking about the once-in-a-generation, truly inspirational and broadly inspirational candidates. The truth is, we wouldn't disagree much on who they are. Teddy Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt, Ronald Reagan, Barack Obama in 2008, not necessarily in 2012, John F. Kennedy. There's very few of them over 100 years.
Even Donald Trump, who is known for his showmanship, doesn't make the grade.
You have to be broadly appealing, and Trump only appeals to a narrow base.
That's not true.
That's another key in favor of the Democrats.
I don't
The
think he
remaining
appeals
4
to
have
anybody,
yet to be
but-
determined. Whether it's Biden or Harris at the top of the ticket,
Yeah, I'm not
the
agreeing with
administration's
these,
handling of the
check marks.
wars in the Middle East and in Ukraine
I think this
has
is
led to big
pro-Democrat.
question marks
Absolutely. Wall
around the
Street
2
Journal.
keys related to foreign
that's
or
usually-
military affairs.
If she were to become
they
the
can go both ways.
candidate,
But this
she
guy,
would be running
American
on the
University.
record of the 3.5
Right, but he's
years
also trying to
plus
put like this,
of the Biden
the
administration
Nixon
and all the
administration
same
in
keys
what's going on
as they
today.
fall one
I
way
mean,
or
this
the
is the
other.
same kind of thing as like these intellectuals that have a certain worldview and a certain foundation of how they've built their whole knowledge base. Like, okay, this is my, everybody that rises up in education has to kind of write their own book,
Sure.
add to the discipline somewhat. So
Yeah.
this is what this guy has added to political science.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And this is his, my 13 points to check the boxes and stuff. And it's almost like, we talk about the fun things with ancient aliens, right? That the anthropologists or the historians that can't add in any new findings from ancient Egypt, because it doesn't fit the worldview and doesn't fit like there's things that are not fitting in with his flow chart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of how to gauge who's
his
winning,
hypothesis,
hypothesis of
whatever,
how he's winning or losing this debate, and to gauge which candidate's doing better or not.
His data fits in what he's known. I actually disagree. We're now in TikTok America, where like people want instant gratification. We love surprises. Everybody's like great with oh my God, I didn't know that was going to happen. So I think replacing Joe Biden is their only chance, because I think it would give them first of all, and I don't do it with Kamala, anybody. I find a black man or black woman who's an actor or an actress who has never voted on shit, hasn't said anything on Twitter they're not supposed to say. Like Michael Jordan, I don't think he was the guy, but somebody like that who they could the entire world would just be like, you can't nail him on policy. You can't be like you've ever said anything. Like he's a closed book, kind of like Donald Trump was. I mean, Donald said a bit here and there on Oprah, but they loved him up until he ran for that. But he really didn't say anything other than he loved America. I think the Democrats do way better if they just pull something crazy out of their ass.
Yeah,
and give
I
it
agree.
a shot.
But I mean,
because that's what the world wants, right?
But
the world wants more of that.
But is it too late for that? Someone that doesn't have, and the money situation.
I mean,
right?
I don't think they
and
win with
the
him.
delegates thing. So, and I don't think Harris is going to allow her to be jumped over. And I think there's a whole Black Caucus and other people that don't want Harris.
What about Tony Dungy?
Trump.
Run him for president.
I think Tony Dungy would be great.
He'd probably do. Who knows? But he would definitely get a black vote. They love him, and or Derek Brooks. Not Warren Sapp. I don't think we can run Warren Sapp, but yeah.
Well, then there's their holy grail. They always speak, they point to
Michelle Obama,
right? They're the Oprah fever dream, right? You know what I mean? But
Oprah can't do it.
I'm just saying, that's like an Oprah story. You know what I mean? Like Oprah fans are like Michelle Obama, right? Like they love
Oprah's had too many African schools of hers go child there's been some weird shit.
Neither of those ladies want to take their
Michelle might have to do it.
Voluptuous derrieres off the yacht and get into the. I mean, who would want to deal with this world right now? I mean, they're not up for it, man. They don't care that much about America. I'm sorry.
They can save themselves.
They're not like Trump. They're living a plush life. They're not.
Yeah, you have to want to do this shit.
No way is Big Mike going to want to do this shit. I don't care who, and you know who wears the pants in that family. I mean, who fills the pants. You know what I mean? So she's not. She's like, hell no. You know what I mean?
What would be the most awesome thing in the world if Michelle Obama ran and she was sponsored by Kielbasa. That would just be in your face, dude. I got a big. Oh, the only reason I lied about it is because America wasn't unaccepting, and I could never have been the wife of a president if I wasn't a man. She could totally throw that crap out there, and instead now come out and be like, the only reason I was ever afraid to admit it, now I want to admit it. I'm being a brave transgender, and I and Barack are in love. And they could just, dude, you could make this thing
could be
huge. And then now if you don't
love
vote,
story of our generation,
dude. The movies about this, screw Romeo and Juliet.
This is a new Gone with the Wind, bitch.
It's fucking Barack and Mike, and it's rolling, and we're all gonna be like, oh my God, it's great. And if you don't think that, then you're a bigot, a racist, and a homophobe. I mean, it's kind of been their playbook. Why wouldn't they run it again? I mean, it's literally if you could run for 4 yards every time. Just run the ball again.
Of course, the sticking point is I don't think Michelle wants to do it.
You're right.
And that's just the bottom line with that. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going to happen because of that. I don't think they can force her to do it. I think she's just basically no. And so it's not going to happen. But that's why they're their number one probably they're going to go Kamala. I do. Now I've kind of gone to that because I think
money.
It's the money. And she's already got, she's in there already.
And you can't skip over a black woman.
And you can't skip over a black woman. I think that's just the bottom line. There's no way we can skip over her, throw her out, and put in a Gavin Newsom or a Whitmer. We can't put in some slick white person in there and jump her. They'll lose a huge part. And what was the girl Joy Reid saying that the other day? Black girls, blah blah blah. If they did that to Kamala, I'm out. I'm walking.
I'm done. You called me.
She straight up said that. You know what I mean? That I'm walking in. As ridiculous as that sounds, I think she does speak for a pretty nice chunk of voters. You know what I mean?
I think.
Sizable enough for the Democrat Party. You know what I mean? That they don't want to alienate them.
I think the black women who work in some kind of capacity where it's important for their job for the Democrats to be in power, meaning like they're in some sort of community fundraising, anything in that realm where if the Democrats are in power, the thing I do gets funded more. I think that's an important point for them. But I think that you're starting to see the Democratic Party starting to wind down to people who are only funded by the Democrats that really give a shit. The rest of us are like, it wasn't that bad under Trump. I mean, it wasn't like this.
Yeah.
Like I didn't pay $4 for bread.
Yeah, no, I mean, we just like you said, you can't spit in my face and tell me it's raining, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, we're paying the bills here. Yeah. We know what's going on. And because you can have these luxury beliefs and, this historian as the, emeritus professor extraordinaire at American University.
14 Nobel Peace Prize.
16 Nobel laureates, whatever, can, chime in. I get it. They're protecting their ass. They're doing their thing. We all know that's just regular peoples, you know what I mean? Like here that, inflation's out of control. Shit ain't good.
We like to buy what we want. I mean, we're getting older. We both have like a diet. We buy the similar things. And you go into the store all the time and you're like, all right, I'd like to get some of that smoked salmon again. That's really good for my skin and all these good oils, right? Holy crap. It used to be $3.49 for a single pack. Now it's $6, right?
Yeah.
Is there less salmon?
I don't know. I don't like salmon, so I don't really bought that.
I'm a big smoked salmon guy.
I know you like this fucking stinky fish.
I love some stinky fish.
I remember seeing you coming off. We'd be skateboarding when we were kids, and you'd roll open a can of sardines.
I would too.
Oh God, dude! We were sweating balls in the summer heat of Florida summer heat, and you're just eating some sardines straight up.
Hey, protein, a lot of protein.
Hey, man,
omega-3s.
It's good. It's good for you if you have the stomach for it.
One of the things that I hated about later on, I actually looked on the back and I was like, "Oh, this shit's made in China." I was like, "Dang."
Where was this fish at?
No, usually the stuff I get now is fished in Thailand, which I think is close. But at least
I did eat some tuna fish today, Joe. So I did have some omega-3s.
Did you have some omega-3s? That's good, man. It's very good.
I do like the albacore, but there's a lot of mercury in that. But
yeah, but you know what? A little mercury never hurt.
A little mercury here and there.
Yeah.
For anybody.
You'll be able to tell the temperature.
So this is an alchemist. Maybe I'll turn to gold.
That'll help your bunion. You'll actually get a thermometer on your bunion.
Well, Joe, what do you think, man? We've run through it.
We did. I think we covered. I think we did a good job of covering
some of the different, the array of perspectives on this thing. I mean, really, there's only one. It was terrible, and it's not a bad night. He's in cognitive decline,
and we apologize for having to watch that whole thing. But I think it's important. It needs to be drilled into people that this is who the guy is.
No, it needs to be seen, man. I mean, this was
our president's not a figurehead, Bill. He's actually in charge of some shit. This isn't king.
He actually does things. Yeah.
We can have a retarded king. Yeah. You can have like a crazy king who lives up in the or up in that spire there and yells Rapunzel out the window. You can do all that, dude. That's fine. But when the guy's actually in charge of the country, we need him to.
No doubt, man.
I mean, a few things.
I mean, we all know now the emperor wears no clothes and
it depends. The emperor wears depends.
Wear depends. And he wears no clothes because he shits on. He shits his pants a lot, so he has to take the clothes off.
Yeah, God, that would make for a messy parade.
Yeah. So, but we can't have our president of our country shitting himself in public in front of leaders. We can't have what we've seen these last couple of days. So, but hopefully, I really don't care what they do because we got our man, and Biden can spray as much orange on himself as he wants to try to be the orange man. He's never going to be the orange man.
He did try to orange it up.
He's doing he's pulling out all his stops, right? But it's not going to be enough because he needs, it's over. But it's over for us too as well here on the Expert Show tonight. Thanks for being with us. Please
see you next week.
Like and subscribe for sure. We need some more people listening on us and
comment if you thought we were idiots or you like anything we said. Please
let us know. We need some feedback, both negative, positive.
We won't read the negative.
I will. I'll probably cry myself to sleep at night.
Jesus, Bill.
But, I'll get over it.
I'm taking the guns.
I'll be all right because I'm not in cognitive decline. No. I can reason my way out of it and realize, hey, people like things and people don't like things, and it's America, and I'm all about that. And I'm all about you guys watching us, and we're about the experts. We're going to give you our opinion.
Yeah, expert opinion.
And, take it or leave it, man. We're the experts. Have a good night.
All right. Cheers, Bill.
Cheers, brother.
Boom.